Every morning you wake up with a choice. Stay where you are or become a better version of yourself. But why is it that laziness, fear, or insecurity so often win? It's as if you're standing in front of a mirror and your biggest enemy is looking right at you. The Stoics believe that the greatest battle in life is the battle with yourself. But do you know what's best? This battle can be won, and I'm going to show you how. Your life begins to change from the moment you decide to take control of your actions. It's not just a philosophy, it's a strategy for life. And today we're going to learn how daily discipline will help you defeat yourself over and over again. Why is discipline the basis of Stoicism? Discipline is not just a habit or a character trait. In the context of Stoicism, discipline is the main mechanism that allows a person to live in harmony with nature, accept challenges, and remain true to their principles. The Stoics believe that life is inevitably full of difficulties, unforeseen circumstances, and challenges. Without discipline, our minds are easily swayed by emotions, fear, or laziness, and this leads to a loss of control. Stoicism teaches that true freedom is only possible when we are in control of ourselves. As Plato noted, "No one is free who is not in control of himself." This quote perfectly summarizes the key idea of the Stoics. If you are unable to control your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you remain a slave to external circumstances. But discipline is the tool that allows you to achieve inner freedom, because it helps a person to remain resilient even in the most difficult conditions. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between what we can control and what is beyond our control. This principle is based on self-control, and self-control is a product of discipline. Our mind can be a source of strength, but without discipline it becomes a source of weakness. The Stoics taught, don't let your mind wander among negative thoughts or vain fantasies. Discipline helps to direct thoughts to useful and constructive things. For example, when we face failure, our first reaction is often disappointment or self-criticism. But a disciplined mind can replace these reactions with the question, what can I do next? How can I use this situation to my advantage? Controlling emotions. The Stoics did not advocate the complete suppression of emotions, but they did emphasize the need to control them. Discipline allows us to experience emotions without letting them take over. For example, anger or fear are natural reactions, but it is discipline that helps us stay calm and make informed decisions even in the most emotional moments. Control over actions. Discipline helps turn thoughts into actions. For example, we all know that health is important, but only discipline allows us to exercise regularly or eat right. In Stoicism, it is important not only to understand the principles, but also to implement them in everyday life. The Stoics believe that success did not depend on external circumstances, but on our ability to act in spite of difficulties. Circumstances may be unpredictable and unfair, but they do not define us. Our response to them is what matters. Many people have ambitions, but not everyone achieves their goals. The reason? Lack of discipline. Stoics emphasize that even the smallest daily progress is better than standing still. Success is not the result of a lucky coincidence, but a consequence of constant effort. Don't dream about what you can do. Start acting now. Epictetus. Imagine that you are in charge of a ship. The storm, strong waves, and winds symbolize the challenges of life. Without discipline, the ship can easily go off course. But if you keep a firm grip on the wheel, you'll stay on the right path, even when it seems like the forces of nature are winning. We all face temptations. To postpone a task until tomorrow, to take the easy way out, or to give up at the first difficulty. Discipline is what helps you get up early in the morning when you want to stay in bed, or finish your work even when you don't feel inspired. The importance of discipline for Stoics is that it gives you control over yourself. When you are able to make decisions and act in accordance with your goals, rather than obeying momentary desires, you become free. The Stoics propose specific practices to strengthen discipline. Daily reflection. Analyze your actions, thoughts, and achievements. This helps you realize where you were disciplined and where you were not. Focus on action. Focus on what you can do now. Even small steps taken with discipline lead to big changes. Limits of control. Remember that you can only control yourself. Don't waste energy on things that are out of your control. Discipline is the key to living what the Stoics called living in harmony with nature. It allows us to be free, resilient, and effective in any circumstance. And it is not a burdensome duty, but a powerful tool that we can develop every day. The basics of Stoic discipline. Stoic discipline is based on three key principles: accepting challenges, controlling reactions, and continuous development. These principles are the foundation that allows a person not only to survive in a world full of unpredictable circumstances, but also to find harmony and grow beyond themselves. The first foundation, acceptance of challenges. Challenges are a trainer for your will. Learn to see opportunities where others see only difficulties. Challenges are an integral part of life. We face them every day. They can be small problems like traffic jams, or serious trials like illness or job loss. Stoicism teaches us not to avoid challenges, but to accept them with dignity. Accepting challenges does not mean resigning or giving up. On the contrary, the Stoics believed that challenges were opportunities for growth. Epictetus emphasized, "The obstacles in the way become the way itself." Difficulties can be seen as a trainer to strengthen our will. For example, if you find it difficult to get up early in the morning, try to see it as a way to test your resolve. If you face criticism, instead of getting angry, think about whether there is a kernel of truth in it that can help you improve. The Stoics believe that accepting challenges helps us to temper our character and discover our hidden capabilities. And it is important not to avoid difficulties, but to approach them with a mindset. What can I learn from this experience? Practice of accepting challenges. Change your mindset. Turn the phrase "it's hard" into "it's a chance to learn." Act despite your fear. If a situation scares you, use it as an opportunity to overcome your fear. Challenge yourself. Get out of your comfort zone regularly, even in small ways. For example, try giving up unnecessary pleasures for one day. The second pillar, control over reactions. You can't control the circumstances, but you can control your reaction to them. The world is unpredictable. Even the most carefully planned days can be ruined by unexpected circumstances. But the Stoics emphasize that what matters is not what happens, but how you react to it. If you hit a traffic jam, you can get nervous and angry, or you can take it as an opportunity to listen to an interesting podcast. If someone is being rude, you can respond in kind, or you can stay calm and see that their behavior is their problem, not yours. Controlling your reactions gives you the power to remain free from the negative influence of external circumstances. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The fault is not in others or in circumstances. The fault lies in your interpretation of events." Stop and think. Before you react, stop for a moment and ask yourself, how can I respond in a way that stays true to my principles? Reflect. At the end of the day, analyze your reactions. What did you do right? What could you have done better? Develop patience. Patience is the key to control. Learn to accept situations that you cannot change. The third pillar, continuous development. Every day, ask yourself the question, how can I become better than yesterday's me? The Stoics believe that life is an endless process of improvement. There is no ideal that you can achieve and be satisfied with. Instead, daily work on oneself is the highest form of life. Epictetus said, "If you want to be better than yesterday, you must do better than yesterday." Continuous development means being willing to admit your mistakes, learn from them, and move forward. It also implies cultivating the virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. How to work on continuous development. Set priorities. Focus on what is really important for your goal. Take small steps. Big changes start with small actions. For example, if you want to improve your physical fitness, start by doing 10 minutes of exercise every day. Introspection. Ask yourself every day, what did I do well? What can I improve? Stoicism emphasizes the importance of not competing with others, but focusing on your own progress. The main question, am I better than I was yesterday? The combination of accepting challenges, controlling reactions, and continuous development creates a solid foundation for a disciplined and harmonious life. Accepting challenges builds resilience and enables you to see new horizons. Reaction control provides calmness and wisdom even in the most difficult situations. Continuous development ensures that you move forward despite obstacles. These three foundations form the core of Stoic discipline, which allows each person to remain strong and harmonious even in a turbulent world. Practical exercises to develop Stoic discipline. Practicality is the heart of Stoicism. Theory is useless without action, and discipline becomes a reality only when it is anchored in everyday practices. Stoic discipline is not about heroic achievements, but about the small steps we take every day. Below are three basic practices that help build and strengthen discipline. Small victories, the microgoal method, and the ritual of reflection. Small victories. Do something useful even when you don't want to. For example, wake up 10 minutes earlier every day. Discipline begins with small victories. These are the little things that seem insignificant but create the basis for big changes. The Stoics believe that the most important thing is to act, even when circumstances or mood are not conducive to it. For example, waking up 10 minutes earlier, exercising even if you're lazy, or completing a small task at work. Each such action not only gives you confidence, but also strengthens your inner strength. Start small. If a task seems daunting, shorten it. Instead of saying, "I will exercise for an hour every day," start with 5 to 10 minutes. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Sometimes the most important step is to just start, even if you're not ready. Small victories over yourself create internal resilience. Reward yourself. Even small progress is worthy of praise. The Stoics emphasize the importance of positive reinforcement for your efforts. Small victories are like bricks that build a wall of discipline. The micro-goal method. Break a big task into small steps. Complete them sequentially. The human mind is often paralyzed by large-scale tasks. When we think about a big project, losing weight, or self-development, the fear of failure can stop us. The Stoics solve this problem by breaking down complex tasks into small steps. How does it work? Break down the task. If you have a task that takes weeks or months to complete, break it down into simple steps. For example, write a book, write an outline, write the first chapter, write the first paragraph. Focus on one stage at a time. When you're working on the first part, don't think about the next. Completing each stage builds confidence. Be flexible. If a task seems too difficult, simplify it. Stoics advise to adapt to the circumstances, but not to stop. Micro-goals create a snowball effect. Small successes gradually accumulate and turn into big achievements. Reflection ritual. Every night, ask yourself, did I do everything I could today? If not, do it tomorrow. The Stoics paid great attention to reflection. It is a powerful tool for analysis, self-knowledge, and improvement. Epictetus wrote that every night we need to evaluate our actions, thoughts, and results to understand whether we are moving in the right direction. Find a time. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes at the end of the day. It can be before bed or during your evening walk. Ask yourself, did I do everything I could to get closer to my goals? Did I act in accordance with my values? What could I have done better? Be honest with yourself. Don't judge yourself for your mistakes, but recognize them and learn from them. Reflection ritual in practice. Write down the results. Keep a diary where you record your achievements and shortcomings. This will help you better realize your progress. Set goals for tomorrow. If you didn't get something done, set it as your first task for the next day. Always look for lessons. Mistakes are an opportunity to understand how to improve your actions. Reflection helps you stay on track, even if the day was difficult or chaotic. Small victories create a habit of action and train willpower. The micro-goal method eliminates the fear of big tasks and helps to act systematically. The ritual of reflection provides the constant feedback needed for self-improvement. When these practices become part of your daily life, they turn discipline into a natural and integral part of your personality. You will not only begin to live by the principles of Stoicism, but also to embody them in everything you do. The Stoics showed us that even the most difficult duties can be performed with dignity and determination if guided by discipline and inner peace. They did not avoid difficulties and did not make excuses for circumstances. On the contrary, they perceived challenges as an integral part of life and believed that these trials strengthen character. Hardship is a trainer for the will. The Stoics believed that trials were an opportunity to develop inner strength. They treated difficulties as a chance to show their best side. Instead of complaining or evading, they asked themselves, "What can I do in this situation to stay true to my principles?" For example, Marcus Aurelius, as Emperor of Rome, never allowed himself to give up in the face of chaos or crisis. He considered it his duty not only to govern the empire, but also to set an example of moral fortitude. Even when the external circumstances were dire: wars, plagues, political betrayal, he remained focused and fulfilled his duties. Act without looking back at the circumstances. A key principle of Stoicism. It is not your circumstances that define you, but your actions. This means that no matter how difficult a task or situation seems, you always have a choice: to act or to give up. The Stoics chose the former because they realized that only through action can change be achieved. For example, Epictetus, being a slave, could not control his situation, but he could control his thoughts and reactions. He performed his duties with calmness and understanding that even in the worst of circumstances, you can remain true to your values. The Stoics believed that accepting responsibilities was not a burden, but an opportunity to live a meaningful life. For them, fulfilling their tasks was not just a need, but a deep responsibility to themselves and the world. They believed that true character is revealed when you fulfill your duties, even if they are difficult. Seneca said that a person should not try to avoid difficulties, because they make them better. He believed that every challenge is a chance to rise higher, become stronger, and closer to your ideals. Look at your challenges today. Perhaps you feel the burden of responsibilities that seem too heavy. But remember, you can choose how you respond to them. Your difficulties are not a curse. It is a trainer for your strength. Fulfilling your responsibilities is not a burden. It is a path to growth. Stoic discipline is your tool to help you stay on the right path. Stoics remind us, the most important thing is not what happens to you, but how you face it. So the next time you face a challenge, tell yourself, "It's hard, but it's my duty, and I will fulfill it because I am strong." Stoic discipline is not just a way to overcome difficulties. It is a way to live a meaningful life. Accepting responsibilities, regardless of their complexity, is the key to growth and harmony. Remember, you are stronger than you think. You have all the tools to cope with challenges. Just get started. Stoicism does not teach us to avoid difficulties or deny our weaknesses. It is a philosophy of action. It reminds us that true strength is not in never falling, but in getting up every time life brings you to your knees. We all know moments of doubt, fatigue, or fear. They make us postpone important tasks, avoid decisions, or stop moving forward altogether. But it is precisely at such moments that Stoic discipline becomes our greatest ally. The Stoics understood that weakness is part of human nature. It is normal to feel it, but they also knew that we don't have to let it guide our actions. Epictetus reminded us, "It is not what happens to you that defines you, but how you react to it." Seneca added, "A man is strong not when he never feels fear, but when he acts in spite of it." Stoicism tells us, don't wait for the perfect moment or for fear to disappear. Just take action. Fulfilling responsibilities, overcoming internal resistance, and continuous development are daily choices. And this choice begins with the first small step. Stoic discipline is not a one-time act, but a continuous process. Every time you choose action over procrastination, you train your will like a muscle in the gym. Think about a habit or task you constantly put off. Why? Perhaps you're afraid you won't be able to do it, or you just don't feel like spending the energy on it. But this is exactly the point of your power, to act despite your reluctance. Why you need to start now. Tomorrow is an illusion. Tomorrow will never come, because there will always be only today. Stoicism calls for living in the present moment and making the most of it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, You have only one life, and you do not know how much time you have. Make the most of it. Acting now does not mean solving everything at once. It means taking the first step that will lead you to the next. A call to action. Audience, I want you to stop for a minute and think. What habit or task do I keep putting off? What's stopping me from doing it right now? Now choose one specific thing. It doesn't matter if it's big or small. Maybe it's a workout you've been skipping, a book you want to read, or a task you've been putting off for weeks. Choose this task and take the first step today. Write in the comments what habit or task you have decided to start right now. Share your plan. How will you take the first step towards this goal? Come back in a week and tell us how your discipline journey is going. Stoic discipline is your tool for transforming your life. Do not look for easy ways. Do not wait until it is convenient or easy. Just start. If you want to change your life, then change it right now. Every day is a new chance to prove to yourself that you can do more. The Stoics knew that the greatest victory is a victory over yourself, and you can win it. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Take that step today.